What's up, guys? I said I would do CassMac chats with off days. They'll be few and far between and rainouts, but they were successful in the off season, so I figured to do them again. And It's been a great start to the season. Unfortunately, the injury bug continues to hit us. Von Grisham microfracture gives Von Grisham to the wrist, gives Von Grisham the ultimate opportunity. He was crushing it in Gwinnett, 366. 366, five extra base hits, one homer, and he's struck out 4 times in 48 at bats and walked 6 times. So his plate discipline and plate awareness has been amazing to this point, which is nice. And the good thing about it is we don't need Von Grisham to be the guy. He just needs to be a guy and make the plays that you're supposed to make and throw some sparkling ones in there when you can. And I think Von Grisham will give us a boost offensively, and hopefully we won't have to talk about his defense, which means things are going pretty well there, hopefully.
Physical part of the game starting to pick up here between these teams. Eric Stahl with the puck trying to work around Brady Shea into the
so that's hey Jameson, missed you on Monday, and you are the first one in here, but having Sean Murphy reach base in nearly half of his plate appearances as a Brave so far, that's been really nice. That's been a nice thing. Yeah, very big time bummer on Orlando because he's been playing so well. But I think we're supposed to. Get Money Mike back on Monday, and I think Max Fried will be back probably the beginning of the San Diego series, because I'm guessing with the colder weather in Kansas City, they might not want to test the hamstring there. But it's been a fantastic start, and Sam Hilliard, I think, has earned himself some more playing time even when Money Mike has come back. Just really good, really nice tools up and down. So, not the greatest of injury luck for sure, but luckily it's happening early, I guess, and Iglesias is progressing, which is nice. Colin McHugh, when his 15 days is up, he should be good to go as he's said. And so that'll be 2 key pieces back in the bullpen, which is going to be nice. And the story of Michael Tonkin to this point has probably been the most pleasant surprise of the early season bullpen stuff, and we've unfortunate that we've had to use them so much, but they've been for the most part phenomenal. And the San Diego series was a bummer, but we still had a lot of chances. I don't know why. There we go. So we still had a lot of chances. Tonka trunk indeed, for sure. That's not. That's just nice to see as a Braves fan and as a baseball fan, to see uh, those good stories. It's just nice to know the good stories and see the good stories, and when it helps and benefits your team, it makes it even better. Jesse Chavez just keeps on keeping on. Hopefully we can get more length out of our starters, so our bullpen is not tired by June, but it's worked out for the most part so far, even though the Reds have been super pesky, or the Reds were super pesky. But I don't actually know if the Rays are ever going to lose. They are absolutely insane. They've had a couple of big pitching injuries, with Eflin on the IL with back, and Spriggs left the game with some elbow discomfort, so that could be a big blow to them. But I think they were down 3-1 today against the Red Sox and scored 7 runs. So everything's going right for them right now. I think they had 29 homers on the season and 20 runs allowed, which that's video game stuff. And actually, I think the best description of the Rays to me was they're like a bunch of MLB The Show creator guys, like 13-0 is just insane, so I wanted to give them a bit of a shout out there. But I really like how the Braves have kind of pieced it together, getting right back. I know he didn't have a great start. That third inning got him. And I know Strider didn't have a great start either, but he was able to kind of help us out and get us through 5. And Kranitz has been probably the biggest unsung hero of us, and that's funny considering I wasn't sold on him, and when it started bad in 2021, I wanted to pull the plug, but I'm glad we didn't, because Rick Kranitz seems to always have the magic words.
Burns walks the line, Natchez with it. That's Aho back for Natchez. Natchez looking for a lane. Traffic out in front. Burns shot gets through. And line with a big save. Before it can't clear, Natchez keeps it in. 7 seconds left on the power point. Aho across. Jarvis back to Aho. Aho's shot. That goes wide of the net. Out of the box. Comes Reinhardt. And then a pass left for Burns as Reinhardt would have been there to pick his pocket. Reinhardt will get to this clock, and we've got 45 seconds left in the first. He'll charge into the corner.
Sorry, I'm watching the Canes. It's a...
Burns, and out it goes. Now Martin, he's in a skate race with Ekblad. Martin gets to the puck. Send it for Stahl. 30 seconds left here in this first period. 1-0 Hurricanes lead. Yes, for 5.
Yeah. I think Kirby Yates is the new Will Smith / Luke Jackson, but he had a nice 1-2-3 inning, or a clean inning against the Reds, despite the leadoff walk yesterday. So maybe he's starting to settle in, which would be nice if he is, because I think he's going to be a big factor to the bullpen. For sure. I really, really do. So, but yeah, I think Kirby Yates has supplanted Will Smith and Luke Jackson in the nervousness category for sure. But he has really good stuff. I just think he's not. I'm watching the Hurricanes. if we win the Metro division. So but we're in first intermission now, so I can focus a little more. But Jameson, I can't believe you weren't around for the live on Monday. But the bad part was my internet connection went out right before Sean Murphy's walk-off. So I guess I get the blown save by the internet connection. But I missed you on Monday. And it was kind of weird on Monday because not a lot of people showed up. So I was kind of talking to myself for a few innings, which was a different process. But some other injury news, unfortunately, Adam Duvall fractured his wrist on a diving attempt in Detroit. So he's out 6 to 8 weeks, which I hate for Adam because he was absolutely tearing the cover off the ball for Boston. I think he had like 14 RBIs or something like that. And O'Neal Cruz fracturing his ankle on that collision. That's really unfortunate. So the injuries this year have been like long-term annoying injuries across the league. So hopefully the Braves kind of are getting it out of their system now. But I think, so those are pretty much the big injuries. The Reds are beating the Phillies right now, top of the fourth, 4-1. And I will stand by this. The Reds may not win a lot, but they are pesky. TJ Friedl and Jonathan India. I was really ready to not see them the rest of the year. I think we see them one more time, but they're going to be very pesky and very annoying through this year. So the Orioles are fun and exciting. I think they're 7-6. They have some of the best celebrations dugout wise. I really like the Braves big hat celebration. I actually want one just because it's different, it's cool, and whoever that fan is, that's a super flex. And yep, I forgot about that. Yeah, Michael building up. I think he's up to 69 pitches, so I'm guessing whenever his next start is, he will go 80, I think, and he didn't have really an efficient first inning. His last start at Gwinnett, I think it was 29. So that kind of So I think that's also nice. Yes, he did. But yeah, Michael Soroka doing his thing. I think my most pleasant surprise this far as a hitter would be Sam Hilliard. He's brought a lot to the table so far with stolen bases and the magic 9 hole in our lineup. For some reason, if any guy starts struggling, just throw him in the 9 hole because we do good things. RC is starting in the 9-hole this year. Hilliard, I think we had like 99 RBIs last season from the 9-hole and like 94 from our 3-4. So that's impressive in its own right. But yeah, Sam Hilliard's been my favorite. And Travis d'Arnaud, I don't know where he is in his concussion recovery, but I think Marcelo Ozuna's leash went up a little more. Unfortunately, with Travis's injury and now Orlando, he'll get more shots at the DH. But once that clears out, I think we are trending to a just a designate for assignment. It just feels that way. It's not happening. He's hitting 088. He's 3 for 34. So that's all I'll say about that. Unfortunately, Ian Anderson. Yeah, I think the 9-hole. I wish we could spread the 9-hole to some other spots of the lineup. But if like I said, if our guys are struggling, just throw them in the 9-hole because they won't be struggling for long. But Ian Anderson had successful Tommy John surgery today. We'll be ready for and Marcelo Ozuna is a black hole, and I'll be glad not to talk about him, but it's an unavoidable topic for some reason because we keep giving him the chances and he keeps being bad, and he keeps making us all mad having to watch him. And seeing Eddie Rosario start to put some things together at the plate, that's really, really nice to see. Literally seeing Eddie Rosario putting things together, Ozzy starting to swing the bat better, I think. So that's nice. And I know Ozzy is frustrating to watch sometimes, but his defense hasn't slumped, so I'm all good. And we know who Ozzy is and the tools that he has, but if I was a pitcher, I wouldn't throw him a strike and see what happens. Obviously, Ozzy still has some magic in that bat, and we're starting to see it percolate a little more, so that's nice to know and to see. Clubbing his 100th stolen base or 100th homer was really nice to see the other night. And I don't know how he hit that pitch the way he did, but that was nice. Yeah, the Ian Anderson news does stink, but I think there had to be something there because he has too many tools and too much quality with his changeup and his fastball. And a 1.24 ERA in the postseason is never a bad thing, even no matter how many innings you throw. So I think that not that you ever want to hear a guy getting Tommy John, but it's not a career ender, and it could catapult Ian Anderson back to good. So, because we've seen it a lot and it kind of gives some relevance to struggling. And who is pitching for the Yankees tonight? Because the Yankees are down 11-0 in the third. Burrito. I don't know if I've ever heard of burrito, but it's 11-0 in the third. So that is not ideal there.
For your taste buds and your people. Sauce like you mean it. Like you really mean it. Because life is good, and so is helping out. And sometimes all that means is passing the sauce. Texas Pete. Sauce like you mean it.
So or they're getting bombed. It's only the third inning, and it's 11-0. So that's well, at least you know the pitch clock will make that go a little faster. And I think
Accidents can happen at any time. That's why we're here 24/7.
Yeah.
Weekends, even holidays.
Let's see.
You need whenever you need it. That's strong.
Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. It's a great time to be a sports fan, and the rally has everything a sports fan needs. Insightful opinions, engaging debates, and all of the news you need to know. 5 days
the Detroit Tigers are an enigma that I will never understand. They have like
Let's update the FanDuel same game parlay they discussed on Reds Live. Nick Lodolo currently sitting at 6.
I just don't get them. Like they have so many top prospects, but they still are really, really bad, and there's like no light at the end of the tunnel. Whereas for like the Reds and the Pirates and it seems like they got a chance to kind of dig themselves out. But for like Detroit and the A's, they do not.
Is that legit? Well, if he wants to bunt, we just let him bunt.
I just as a baseball fan, it's kind of weird. Just to see a team being a rebuild for so long and no lights at the end of the tunnel. At least for ours, there was purpose and you saw not necessarily immediate results, but you understood what the plan was. And for some baseball teams, it doesn't feel like there is a plan, and it's weird as a baseball fan just to watch it like that. But
He's gotten the call up and away. What appears to be in the strike zone, he has not received that call.
But there is one huge surprise to start the year for me is watching Acuna play fully healthy and kind of questioning how in the world we won the World Series. Kyle Schwarber, solo jack. I don't know how we won the World Series without Acuna, because he's like 20 hits, 6 stolen bases, and like 13 runs scored already in 13 games. And I just don't understand why MLB won't give him a new stadium and relocate because it just makes no sense. And Oakland and their fans are great, but they just have no chance in the world without a new stadium. And it's just a puzzling. They're a puzzle that no one will be able to solve, and I think the Angels are another puzzle that will not be able to be solved. Honestly, I really don't. It's mind-boggling, but I think the couple of the bigger surprises may be the Diamondbacks, the Brewers' offensive onslaught so far. Yeah, Acuna probably. He's at least going 30-30 this year, it feels like, and it doesn't feel like that's a stretch at all. That's definitely not a stretch. I don't know, but it's insane to me, his plate discipline and zone awareness as well, because even when he has like 1 hit per whatever, but he also reaches base at least 2.5 times per game, which that's a nice thing. I will need Matt Olson to put the ball in play a little more. He is or just stop with the strikeout ball. That's the only thing that's got Matt so far, is the strikeout ball. But maybe it had something to do with the Reds pitching. I don't know. Just too jumpy after that 119-mile-an-hour bolt off his bat. But if that's the only thing I have to complain about Matt Olson, I think we're good. But you would think it would be a series win in Kansas City, but I think they're starting to find their footing a little bit. And Aroldis Chapman has that velocity back. He was hitting 103 at some points. And I think they're kind of like the Reds, where they might not win a lot, but they're going to make you fight all 27. So it's going to be an interesting series. I don't know if the weather's going to hold up, so hopefully it will. But Kansas City, San Diego, and then I think we come back home for Houston. So some kind of measuring stick type of series, especially after the bit of a clunker against the Padres. Now, we did start Schuster and Dodd, and I think we found that they needed a little more seasoning a bit. So, and they're rookies and haven't been around the block yet. So that might have played into it. We left a small village of base runners, so at least we're still getting the chances. That is a good thing.
At Wells Fargo, direct deposits come up to 2 days early with early payday. Or is everything paid 2 days early?
Royals might be the American League version of the Reds, where they're gonna give us a tough series. So hopefully we I'll just take series wins, but if we want to keep sweeping people, I'm not gonna complain whatsoever. But I would like the one injury per day to kind of go down. That would be great. Because I think 60% of our opening day lineup is now on the IL. So that's kind of really unfortunate. But again, I guess it's good that it's happening early and not later in the season where you don't have more margin for error, so to speak. But 9 wins in 13 and 2 sweeps, 1 at St. Louis. Although I'm not sure if St. Louis is as good as they usually are, with just very very inconsistent pitchings. Inconsistent pitching for so they're not. I just don't know that they have the pitching depth that they're used to having.
So he's got to be a safety valve in the trenches for taking he can't handle the block, and zero hesitation getting that to that.
So
is Indiana Jones' compadre in terms of walking into the game against Detroit Tuesday?
I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Jameson, I did want to say congratulations to your Lakers on that playoff thing, even though I will say that was pretty ugly basketball. That was
swatted back in the game zone. Burns tried to knock it down before it gets to it behind the net. Set up for Montour. Montour shot Anderson with a big shoulder save. Montour, though, keeps this puck in for Florida. Cousins. He goes across the boards for Giovanni Smith. Smith has it chopped away. Cousins with it keep it for the moment. Still in the game zone, still onside. Colin White with it now. White watched by Drury. Back for Cousins.
But yeah, that the play-in games, I guess you don't want to be the home team.
Florida tries to clear. Can't do it. Gaines Kotkaniemi. His drive deflected by
and
go out of play.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to want to be a team.
Get Canes gear all year long. Shop online anywhere, anytime at CarolinaProShop.com. Panthers trying to keep
Totally agree. Even though if winter wins, I would rather win ugly than lose pretty. Even if I don't think losing pretty is a thing, but yeah, I don't think you want to be the home team in the play-in games, because the Hawks, the Lakers were the only home team. Never mind. But yeah, but it's just some really good starts. Hoping Riley gets his 100 soon. And
But they're attacking zone play. And it hasn't just had energy, it's had execution.
Stahl wins the draw, trying to sweep that back from Marco, deflect it away. Pesci will track it down before Lustrani can get there. Now Pesci quickly up for Stahl. Stahl saw Martin charging through the middle of the ring, but pass can't connect with it. Martin does a good job behind the Florida net. Little help from Jesper Boston now.
but
Will clog things up
yeah,
on the boards.
if the Canes win tonight, they win the Metro, so that's why.
He will.
Uh,
Deflected into the Kane zone at center ice. Penalty coming up to Florida. Cross check will be a call, and now Kachuk might get 2 more for throwing one to the face of the captain.
Remember what Shane Wallace talked to Hannah Yates about in her?
what's up, Hudson? We're just talking about everything. The Orlando Arcia injury opened it up for Vaughn Grisham. How the Lakers won ugly. How the Hawks did win pretty.
So that is what you've done with a 2-0 lead. A guy that has been
So, and
there lost his mind.
108 points on the season.
yeah, the injury bug is not great, but it could be worse, I guess, but I don't want it to be worse.
I want to know who Kachuk's attorney is, because if I'm ever in trouble, hope not to be ever again, but I'd like to get his attorney, not to get the extra 2.
Keynes work this puck back in the Florida zone, but Ekblad will get to it. They will clear this out to center ice now. Good play with Barkov and Ekblad. Now back for Barkov, but he can't get to that puck. Trying to clear.
But
Bird will settle it down. That puck's like a hot potato right now for the Hurricanes on this power play. They can't hang on to it.
But the Canes power play is terrible. Ugh. I'm trying to reverse psychology it right now because we're on the power play, but yeah, the injury bug. But I do think we're getting Money Mike back on Monday, and I would say Max Reed in San Diego because I don't think the weather is going to be great in Kansas City. But you've also got some really good storylines, and I mean, Vaughn Grisham has been crushing it at Gwinnett, so there is a.
You might feel comfortable for a second. You've earned a 2-0 lead. This is a chance. You never know when it's going to come to deliver a dagger in this game.
Around the boards. A little help from
Sam Hilliard and
across the ice. A little shovel shot right there by Shea.
Eddie Rosario and Ozzy finding it a little bit is nice. Because not to say that the 6 through 9 was 2021 bad, but they were playing as 2021 bad.
Drop it back for Gossesbear. One-timer Shea deflected by Drury. They go to the back of the net, though. Stahl trying to pressure Shea. He'll get the puck to Gossesbear. Work for Teravainen. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. And now Drury. It'll be on the side of the net. Another shot there by Shea, but that misses now up top. Gossesbear hammers one, but he breaks his stick. And then Gossesbear trying to recover. He'll get some help from his forwards. What a play there by Teuvo Teravainen on the back check. 7 seconds left on the power play. Teravainen navigates a broken stick across to Kotkaniemi. His drive deflected by Gudis.
So
as the power play comes
was pretty much all the cover, and the Yankees were down 11-0 in the bottom of the third, so we covered that. And some 11-0 on 11 hits, and just I think my favorite surprise this year may be Michael Tonkin out of the bullpen, even though I didn't think I honestly thought, that we did touch the Rays I think they had some insane number of 29 homers and 20 runs allowed. And today they were down like 3-1 in the 6th and scored a 7 spot. They're just bludgeoning teams as well as beating. Like, the only thing that's going to get them is probably injuries. And Spriggs came out with some elbow discomfort, so that's not good for him. And Eflin being on the IL is not good. But they are covering everything right now, and I'm not sure if they're ever gonna lose. But I think I said it earlier, but they're like MLB The Show, create your own players, but they're actual MLB players that are amazing, and you wouldn't expect that, but they are, and I respect them wholeheartedly. They are a team that I want, like Oakland or Detroit to be, or even the Angels. Just they're so. I mean, yeah, it's all you can say is wow, because they're not household names, but they just keep doing it, and I think they're one from breaking the record to start the season. So. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if they did and just kept it going. But they do have to play the Blue Jays. But I don't think the Blue Jays pitching is as strong. But yeah, I mean, the Rays are a insane, amazing story because they never have the payroll, but they always have the wins. I don't know if you caught it earlier, Hudson, but Ian Anderson had successful Tommy John surgery, so and I'm actually kind of happy to see that there was something. I wanted it to be something because I don't think Ian Anderson is that bad. I really don't. And then I think I don't think I had Bryce Elder as the starter that would go the most innings for the Atlanta Braves, going six innings, both of his starts. I don't think I had that, and I would like our starting rotation to start churning out some more innings so our bullpen does not die by June. But I think Brian Snicker, Rick Kranitz have done a heck of a job. But having Bryce Elder get a couple of win or pitch well, and then Dylan Dodd pitch well, but then pitch poorly. I mean, having so many young guys in our rotation to start the season. I know we played Washington in the Reds and all that stuff, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it ever matters. Are you a better team than some teams and you probably should win? Yeah, but that doesn't always result in W. So I don't ever like the strength of schedule argument ever, because anyone can beat anyone on any given day. So that's just the reality of baseball. And I don't know if you guys saw the
Jarvis is able to get the puck to Slater. And back behind the ring. Behind the net goes for Aho. Now it's Drury with it. Back for Aho. Aho gave another hit by Gudis. But he'll get the puck for Pugliardi. Burns way up from his defensive position. Drury will keep it in along the board.
I don't know if you guys saw the Dansby Swanson comments about how Wrigley's atmosphere is so much better than anything he's ever been a part of. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I don't know why he keeps saying this stuff. He's a Chicago Cub, so it's excuse me, it's not gonna change in 7 years. So I get he's kind of sucking up to him, and I don't think he needs to. Obviously, he's gotten off to a really good start, but I don't understand the whole really sucking up to Chicago. And then not eating for a couple of days and drinking because of Mallory's knee surgery. I don't know why he would admit that either, but he came out of the game because of cramps. So it's just a weird thing for Dansby. I don't know. But I don't care, but it just seems like he's still trying to convince himself he's happy or something. I don't know why. I don't know why he keeps having to convince himself, but the Cubs have actually been
into the hurricane zone. This puck goes behind the Kings net. Duclair tries to get to it. He can't. Comes back to the boards. Good play by Teravainen. He'll find Slavin and Aho. Aho is going to be target of a couple of big hits now by Florida. Stall. Put a hit on number 20.
Yeah.
Carolina working this back in. We'll try it out in front.
Yeah, that's probably a good comparison.
The Hurricanes net. Sealed off is Reinhardt. He was looking for Barkov, but Slavin gets there. Carolina looking to clear. 7:53 left.
Yeah,
That was a really good back check from Jarvis on Reinhardt.
Yeah, I don't get it, but whatever. And I don't honestly, I don't know if he's gonna get a cheering ovation when he comes to Atlanta with all the comments. Should it matter? Probably not, but it's the reality. And the Cubs are actually gotten off to a decent start. I just don't know if they have enough pitching. Yeah, I don't know if they have enough quality pitching to keep it up. But
the Panther captain leaves it back. Drive by Forsling's blocked out front. Good play by Natchez. As he made sure the Forsling drive got nowhere near the net.
Yeah, so again, Dansby Swanson's always a part of our conversations for some reason, but I'm honestly, obviously the Orlando Arcia, him playing as well as he had been before the injury, but I thought it was a lie, how he said, they said that Orlando Arcia avoided a fracture, because if you get hit by a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, there's something in there that's not going to go well. They didn't say the timetable yet, but I think we're still gonna be okay. I mean, is Von Grisham that defensively? Absolutely not. But I think we'll be fine. And it was kind of nice to hear the boos for Marcelo Zuna, just because I don't think we've heard that in a while for one of our players, and maybe it's starting to really be the case that we're not going to have to worry about Marcel for much longer. I tweeted today that the boos are getting louder than almost everything that's come off his bat in a couple of years, which honestly is true. But with our injuries, with Travis and all that stuff, I think he's bought himself maybe a couple of more weeks. I said by May 1st, but who knows? But maybe throw Marcel in the 9th spot. We said it was magical. But I think we're trending towards just letting him go. But we'll see.
The Florida Panthers only have 2 shots this entire period so far. Why? The Carolina Hurricanes are controlling the neutral zone. The defenders are able to stand up and create turnovers. Why? Just something Trip Tracy just mentioned. The hard work of the forwards on the back check allows the defenseman to stand up, create pressure, and take away time.
Pretty much.
The Florida Panthers have none, and the Hurricanes are creating turnovers in the neutral zone, Mike. Good stuff there, Shane. Trip, you pointed that out as Florida wins this draw here.
Well, Will the Thrill really talked about those tight gaps, in particular on the second period goal from Brent Burns against Detroit net front of Stastny, who helped with that support to create the turnover on that goal, and that's continued right into tonight.
A stall with a heavy hit for the Hurricanes, the Florida blue line, but
and the Reds are beating the Phillies 5-2, so that's nice.
Another big hit by Stahl, and Stahl's taken out. Oh, correction on that hit. It was Martin. And Martin is slow to get up. But he's back on his skates.
Looked to be a top hit from Barkov, not known for it, but it looked like he may have led with his leg.
Now Aho trying to get a shot through. Now he's got a shoulder through this. Now the puck will come free in Florida.
No, I don't think they're it, but I also think that they'll get better when Bryce Harper comes back. And Bryce Harper said that he might play some first base if that means he gets back quicker. So
Carolina, a little pressure. Jarvis helps keep it in. Good shot. Gives it away to Carolina. Aho keeps it in. Burns out in front. Snapshot. Can't find the
but yeah, the Phillies have not. I think this is their second year in a row. They've started 4-8 to this point.
Carolina throws this one back in. An opportunity up front. Nature's to the blue paint.
He was trying to slide that underneath the stick line and then finish on the back there.
Florida will counter the other way. And an excellent defensive play.
There's some back and forth hockey that I'm sort of halfway trying to not go crazy over. We're up 2-0. 4:36 to go in the second period.
The dagger that I mentioned on that power play, Carolina's had 2 or 3 chances where Lyon has kept this a 2-goal game.
Now Coach Kiniemi sticking on his way through the Florida zone, plays it around that flag, looking for Jason too far. And
Has there been a really disappointing team so far? Maybe St. Louis, like I talked about earlier, but
tries to wrist one that doesn't find its mark. Good play by Gostisbehere.
the Astros haven't got off to the greatest of starts, but they've had some injuries too. Their bullpen doesn't seem to be as as good
Rolls us around the boards. We're Stahl. We'll get to it. Jordan Stahl. Behind the net.
as past years.
Make its way for Shea, who jumps up. Stahl puts the body on Montour. Now Jordan Stahl tries to get to a loose puck. As Boss chopping at it, but Parkoff is able to play this one up and make it as far across the blue line. Florida back in and then right back out. Sam Reinhart.
Yeah, Mariners. They were winning every one-run game. I think they were like 61-47 or something. And they've been really bad in one-run games to this point. That's a good one. I forgot about them.
Jarvis got to it. Second attempt to clear. Florida will get a third attempt. And Lundell goes across from Montour. 2.5 remaining in the second period.
Yeah.
Carolina Hurricanes lead over the Florida Panthers. Canes win. They win the Metro.
The Pirates have been a really sweet surprise so far. But with that O'Neal Cruz injury, I don't know how they can, if they'll sustain it for very long. But
No broken record on that as he constantly does. But Carolina will ice this puck. 2:06 remaining here in the second period.
The Guardians are always a interesting one.
Puck was bouncing on Aho. Stick coming from behind. They reduced the quality of the chance. Taking away the passing lane from Chatfield. Then a really good seamless low save from Anderson.
Big defensive zone draw.
But yeah, there's been a lot. I mean, but I don't think anything can top the Rays going 13-0 so far. The White Sox are one I can never figure out. They always get a lot of hype. But then like they're 500 at best, or not even that maybe. So the White Sox are another one. The Brewers offensively have been a bigger surprise. And I guess I should take back a little bit for the Angels. They're 7-5, but blown a lot of late leads early in the season, as they seemingly typically for some reason do. I may do at the end of the month, like best of video or something, maybe, for the Braves individually, like most disappointing, most blah blah blah. So that'd be nice.
Hit the ground running, the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trails.
What's happened to Javier Baez? Like, maybe it's him being in Detroit. I don't know, but he just made the worst, or one of the worst base running moves I've seen in a while. But he swings at everything and he misses it.
Playoff start Monday. Early on Tuesday for Carolina Hurricanes. They'll play the Rangers. If Carolina loses tonight, New Jersey wins. They'll play the Islanders.
So Javier Baez maybe like the
in our nation's capital, Washington doubling up New Jersey right now, 4-2.
He's just completely lost. It's one that you can't really explain. I think he's hitting 100 this year too.
Offensive zone draw for Carolina. Stahl wins it. Foss back to the point for Burns, but Burns loses a handle and a roll all the way back, and Anderson comes out and he'll set it up for Brett Burns.
And they need a heavy dosage of spaghetti on the plane after all these scenarios. Well handled.
Here to help. And get the
But yeah, he might be one of the more disappointing players after. And I don't even know if a change of scenery would help him with signing a 6-year 140. So I don't know. Yeah, so he's like the Marcelo Ozuna, but the Marcelo Ozuna that doesn't have off the field issues or off the field issues that we know about. So I don't know. But it's kind of sad because he was one of the most electric players in baseball. So, but I think that's pretty much everything. The the Mets broke him. I thought he did. He did the Mets do something specific that I don't remember in a playoff series or something to bias?
Going into the third period. Coming up, the PNC Bank Intermission Report. Here's Barry Cook. He does have it already up.
But
away. Tonight he is offered his fourth.
that is pretty much it. But the is there a worse baseball pitcher name than Falter as your last name? Aaron Bummer, I think, is a good. But yeah, dinner tonight is ribs, mashed potatoes, and corn. But that is pretty much it. So, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Helps out a lot. Much better than the live watch on Monday. I will try to be better at notifying and when that stuff happens. I think because I assumed because I do it every Monday, everybody would know, but I will make sure to have updates and things of that nature so it's not not known. But as always, go Braves, champions forever. Let's keep winning against the Royals.